I should probably put my glasses on so you guys take me more seriously. I am smart. I am smart. And my glasses are really dirty. What's up, guys? Welcome back. Recently, I have been getting a lot of DMs asking me about my skincare routine. And I think the reason for that is because I've been doing more like makeup removal videos on Instagram. And so you guys have been seeing my bare skin a lot more often. But like several times a week, I've been getting people DMing me and asking me about my skincare routine. And one person who was so gracious enough to even give me a lot of ideas for how to do this video, which was awesome, specifically suggested that I do a video for YouTube on it. So I was like, you know what? That's actually a really good idea. That way, when you guys have questions, instead of just like DMing you for a half hour, telling you all about what I do for my skincare routine, I'll just let you know that I have a video on the current routine, and that way you can go watch it. Also, before we actually start discussing products, I wanted to mention a couple of things. First of all, I am not a skincare expert. This is just kind of what I have pared down that works for me, that has taken me honestly years to get to a point where I really feel like my skin is good and in a happy place right now. Second, that being said, just because this stuff works for me does not mean it will work for you. Mostly just for comparison's sake, so that you guys know what type of skin I am working with over here. I grew up very acne prone. I had acne badly from the time I was probably 12 years old until I was about 22. I do have some scarring on my cheeks from that. You can still see it in my pictures to this day. Like, a lot of times you can't really tell unless you look close because the lighting is so bright. But even on my Instagram photos, there's some ice pick scars on my cheeks. I don't usually retouch them out. They're just there for the looking, if you care to go look at them. For some reason, around the time that I was 21 or 22, my acne just mostly went away. I guess your body just changes as you go through life, but at that point, it was just the active acne that went away. And from then forward, for years, I still had a lot of texture and clogged pores that you could see under my skin. So for example, like, you would think that I had very clear skin just to like look at me face on, but if my skin caught the light in a certain way, you could see that like every pore had like a bump underneath it, and there, especially around my jaw and my cheek area, it was very congested, and it, like, you know, it looked good, but only from a distance. Now that I'm a bit older, for reference, I hate even saying this because I just feel like my life is leaving before my eyes, but I'm 31 now, so I've been without acne for quite a while. Now, as I've gotten older, I've learned a lot of things that have helped me get rid of those under the skin clogged pore kind of issues. So I will talk to you about that in these products today. If you are around the same age as me, like, I don't know if that makes you like in the same kind of a place as for your skincare needs. But now I really don't have acneic skin anymore, but every now and then, like right around the time of my period, I even have one now, I will get a breakout underneath my chin, like always from like behind my jaw down to like the middle of my neck. Not sure why that is. It's gotta be hormonal because it only happens during period time. It doesn't happen every month, but that is where I break out when I do. I don't know if you guys have similar skin to this, but that's what my skin is like. Also, on a day-to-day basis, it is kind of oily through my T-zone, but not like crazy oily, just a little bit oily, and it can sometimes be a little bit dry on the rest of my face, especially around the perimeters and like the tip of my nose for some reason, but mostly I would say that the rest of my face is normal. So now that you kind of have a picture of like what type of skin I have and what I'm working with over here, let's jump in and start talking about my morning products. The morning portion of my skincare routine is super duper simple. For a long time in my life, I actually didn't do anything to my skin in the morning. Now, as I'm aging and I'm learning, I kind of am more aware of I want to take care of my skin as often as possible. So I do have a morning skincare routine, but it is very, very simple. To start my day in the morning, I simply take a clean washcloth, cold water, rinse my face with that just to get rid of any skincare that's still sitting on my skin from the night before, because I feel like by the time the morning rolls around, if there's something left sitting on my face, it's probably collected a lot of dust and other environmental stuff, and I want to get it off my skin. So just to gently cleanse in the morning without stripping my skin of oils, I will just rinse it with cold water and a cloth. After it's rinsed, feeling nice and fresh, I'll grab one of these Nip and Fab glycolic cleansing pads. These have a combination of glycolic acid and hyaluronic acid, and they also have a bunch of other botanical treatments and a bunch of glycerin, which is nice because they give you a bit of that glycolic and hyaluronic treatment in the morning. Basically, it helps to take away the dead skin cells that kind of sit on the surface of your skin, which also helps to keep your pores clear. So something like this can help a lot with the under the skin bumps that I was talking about earlier. This is not the only thing that has helped with my bumps, but I think it is definitely part of what has made it better over the years. And then just to make sure that my skin isn't like mega dry going out into my day and going downstairs to get my coffee, especially in the winter. It is so cold and dry here in the mornings. I will apply a very like creamy, hydrating, gentle moisturizer. This is the GLAMGLOW VOLCASMIC Matte Moisturizer, or Matte Glow Moisturizer, I believe. I don't really give a shit that it's matte, like that doesn't really make any difference to me. It's not for looks. Although this is actually nice if you're prepping your skin for makeup, because it doesn't have a lot of slipperiness to it. It just kind of sinks into the skin and lets you be almost matte again. So if you are looking for something like that, this is great. But I just like this because I find that when I put it on my skin feels quenched and smooth and soothed. So it's not doing anything to like amp up redness. It's not exfoliating me. It's simply just giving my skin some moisture. Another example of one that I've used for the same purpose in the past that I just don't happen to have any on hand right now is the Glossier Priming Moisturizer, the one in the tub, not the one in the tube. But this one, I especially enjoy it because it smells like orange creamsicle. And I know that's like a stupid reason to prefer a moisturizer. But if we have two equal moisturizers and one smells normal and the other one makes me smell like dessert, then I'm going with the one that makes me want to smell like dessert. You know what I mean? And it's just using my head, you know? And that is completely it for my morning portion of my routine. I know it's very, very simple. That's how I like to keep it in the morning. I don't find that my skin needs a lot in the morning because I do so much skincare at night, so I wake up kind of already plump and hydrated. I just like to make sure that my skin is clean, and then once I clean it, I want to make sure that I am not stripping it of all its moisture, so there you have it. Now for the evening portion of this skincare routine, this is where a lot of products start to come in, okay? A lot of them, and I want you to be aware that I know that this is expensive, okay? I'm aware, I know. It's not intentional. I just have found a lot better luck with these products than I have with drugstore products, although there are a few items in here that are actually quite affordable, and they're some of my favorites. So I hope that doesn't bother you guys. There are definitely a lot of cheaper alternatives out there, but I can't really vouch for those because I haven't found ones that work for me just yet. Although if I do, you know that my ass is gonna let you know about them because that's what I do. That is what I do. But anyway, let's start with makeup removal. I like to start by removing my long-wearing products. For example, my liquid eyeliner, waterproof mascara if I'm wearing it that day, eyelash glue, liquid lipstick. I like to remove those first, and I like to remove them using a micellar water. The one that I prefer over all other micellar waters is this one. This is the IT Cosmetics Miracle Water. Basically any micellar water, the whole point is that it's a very watery, liquidy makeup remover and cleanser that doesn't leave anything behind on your skin. It doesn't leave a film, and it helps to remove really long wearing products very gently. You can find a million different types of this stuff on the market that are probably a lot cheaper than this one. One of the best ones besides this, in my opinion, is Bioderma, but to be honest with you, I don't really think that one is much cheaper than this at the end of the day. I don't really remember exactly what the price is, but I know it's not cheap. This one I absolutely love because it is like lightning. It takes your makeup off in like 2 seconds with a Q-tip. There's no mess. It's crazy how fast this stuff takes makeup off of your face. And the miraculous one is makeup that stains my face habitually, things like the Kat Von D Glimmer Veils, or if I use like a very, very pigmented product on my eye area, especially one that's not necessarily meant for my eye area, because you know I do that sometimes. This takes it off like nothing else does. I don't know why. It is magic. It just removes the shit that doesn't want to come off and doesn't irritate my skin. So I love to have this on hand for that reason. If you need something that is going to take off really difficult makeup, I recommend this every day of the week. Once the difficult makeup is removed, I just kind of leave it mostly like messy. It doesn't have to be completely like perfectly spotless in those areas. Just the bulk of it is removed. Then I will go in with a cleanser for my whole face that also removes makeup. I always, always, always choose a cleanser that does not strip my skin. Usually this winds up being products that say things like cream, creamy, milky, or jelly in the title. Those are the ones that I gravitate toward because those are usually the cleansers that will cleanse your skin without any suds or surfactants that will strip it of its oils. One of my favorites for a while was the Glossier Milky Jelly Cleanser. I love this one. The only reason that I don't pick this up on a regular basis, to be entirely honest with you, is just because Glossier only sells through their own website and through like one store in Manhattan. I don't find myself in Manhattan very often these days, and if I'm going to make an order online, I like to do it all at one time from someplace that I get free shipping. So I just don't wind up gravitating toward this product because of that. But the Milky Jelly Cleanser from Glossier, one of my favorites for gently removing makeup and cleansing the skin. But the one that I've been using and loving most recently is the GLAMGLOW Galactic Cleanse. This is like a similar texture to the Milky Jelly Cleanser. It feels like a jelly or a balm when you put it on your face. You rub it around and it just breaks down the makeup. It never suds up and it leaves your skin feeling really just fresh and clean without feeling stripped at all, which for me is an absolute must because with combination skin, you never really want to strip all the oil away, but you also don't want to neglect cleaning off the oil itself. You know what I mean? You gotta balance things out a little bit, and I find that these types of cleansers are ideal for that. This also smells like orange creamsicles. So I really just, I can't, the smell affects me, you guys. If it smells good, I'm definitely more inclined to be on board. I am very much aware that scented skincare products are not any better for your skin, and in some cases, they are definitely worse for your skin. I don't know if these are artificially scented, but they definitely don't seem like they have any harsh perfumes in them or anything, so it doesn't seem to be an issue for me. Once my skin is entirely cleansed and free of makeup, then it is time to tone. And I used to be one of those people that thought toner was completely pointless. I never used it until I got my hands on this. This is the PIXI Beauty Glow Tonic. I'm sure you have seen this around. It is definitely a blogger favorite, and I will tell you that that is for a good reason because honestly, I think that this has had the most impact on my skin out of any of these products that I have been using. So this is a 5% glycolic acid toner. Again, we get back to these glycolic acids, hyaluronic acids. For some reason, my skin reacts very, very well to those types of ingredients. Since I've been using this, I have no more bumps under the skin. There are no more blackheads basically anywhere on my face. I do still get blackheads on my nose sometimes, but I swear to God, that's because the pores on my nose are like the size of hot tubs. Like I'm being a little bit hyperbolic about that, but not much, honestly. They're really, really big pores. And it's not like they have like deep blackheads that like fester and like stuck under there. It's like I could squeeze them every morning and they'll just come right out. It's just like perpetual cycle of nose blackheads that just come and go. The last time I went for a facial, the woman that I had actually, she was like, your skin is in incredible condition, except you have these really superficial blackheads on your nose. And I was like, trust me, bitch, I know, I know. Her suggestion was to exfoliate them more, but I exfoliate them all the time and it really makes no difference. So I don't know about that. I just don't know. However, getting back to this, this is, it's not super expensive. It's on the more affordable side and I get it at Target, which is nice because it is easy to pick up when I need some because who the fuck doesn't go to Target all the time, you know? I believe this is around $18 for this smaller bottle, and then there's a larger one that you can buy for $36, but I believe that one is only available online. The next step is to moisturize. Why am I sitting here like Richard Nixon? So to moisturize the eye area, if you guys have been following me on Instagram for a while, you know that I have been searching for a good eye cream for ages. I go in and out of different eye creams. Some of them feel like they're doing something. Some of them feel like they don't do jack shit. I have finally found one that I think is doing something. I think this is working for me, so I'm sticking with it. I already bought a backup bottle to make sure that I continue using it to see if it makes a big impact over time. This is the Autocorrect eye cream from Sunday Riley. This has caffeine in it, so it kind of helps to bring some blood flow back to the surface of the skin, they say. Personally, I just find that when I put this on at nighttime, when I wake up in the morning, my eyes look a lot more refreshed. And over the last, I guess it's probably been about 2 months now that I've been using this one because I'm almost out of this first bottle. I've noticed that the fine lines directly underneath my eyes do look a lot softer, which is so nice because I was in a little bit of a panic there for a minute about it. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, these just keep getting deeper and I'm gonna look so old. But yes, since I've been using this, we've seen a reversal instead of a progression, and I'm very happy about it. Then to moisturize the entire face, I like to switch between products sometimes when it comes to my moisturizer, especially for nighttime, because sometimes my skin needs different things. When I feel like my skin is like in pretty good condition, it's feeling good, it's looking good, it's living its best life, it is paying its bills, it looks nice and good, but it just needs moisturizer because we're about to go to bed. That's when I reach for the same moisturizer that I use in the morning. So right now it's the GLAMGLOW VOLCASMIC, but whatever gentle, just moisturizing, plain ass moisturizer I've been using in the mornings, that's what I reach for. But if I feel like my skin is maybe behind on its rent, if it's looking a little dull, if it needs a little bit of extra help, I like to grab a moisturizer that has a little bit of a little kick to it. One of my favorite moisturizers for that is the Kate Somerville Exfoliate Moisturizer. So this is a moisturizer that has AHAs in the moisturizer itself. I don't like to use it all the time. As you can see, I have been using a lot of acids in the lineups of these products, so you kind of have to like skirt the line a little bit sometimes. Personally, I find that one of the more important things in your skincare routine is just like knowing that your skin is not going to be exactly the same every day. So I kind of use this sparingly, but when I do, it makes my skin go from like dull and a little bit shit to definitely a lot brighter and smoother the next morning. This smells exactly like Fruit Loops. If that bothers you, then you're not gonna like it, but it smells literally exactly like a bowl of Fruit Loops. And yeah, if you need a moisturizer that's going to be like that little extra pick-me-up that you need sometimes, then this is my go-to for that. Next, we move on to oils, and just as an aside here for a moment, because I actually didn't know this until recently, and I feel like it's made a really big difference in my skincare routine. Apparently, it's better to apply oils to your skin after your moisturizer, which seemed counterintuitive to me because I felt like you should put like the thinner, more liquidy thing on your face first, but apparently not. Apparently I was wrong. So I have been putting on all of my oils after my moisturizer, and I think it's making a difference. So just a little side note there in case you didn't know that. I have 3 different types of oil that I use in rotation depending on what my skin feels like that day. The oil that I use the most, the oil that I use when my skin is feeling regular, is the Sunday Riley Luna Sleeping Night Oil. This is an oil that is infused with retinol. Retinol, if you don't know, is an extremely concentrated form of vitamin A, which causes faster cell turnover in your skin, which basically makes your skin look more youthful. It keeps your skin clear. It helps keep your pores clear. It's generally just fantastic for your skin. It's also anti-aging, so it helps prevent wrinkles over time. Thank you. And generally speaking, it's a very good ingredient for pretty much anyone to include in their skincare routine. Personally, I don't like retinols that are too strong. My skin reacts pretty harshly to them. So if I use a retinol that's stronger than the Luna oil, it's a little bit too much and I wind up getting a lot of dryness from it. However, Luna oil, I can use pretty much every day of the week and not get any dryness from it, which is fantastic because that way I get regular inclusion of the retinol into my skincare routine without the effects that retinol can sometimes have that make it a little bit negative on the day-to-day. Luna is a little bit expensive. Okay, it's a lot of bit expensive. It's fucking expensive. But personally, since I have been using that, I definitely see a big difference. Enough so that I'm willing to pay the money for it every few months after I run out of it. I have taken some time off and tried the versions from The Ordinary. I did not feel like I was getting the same results. I don't know if it's the other botanicals that are included with the Luna oil that make it a little bit more effective, if those help it absorb or just help my skin in some other way that I don't realize, but I definitely see more of a difference when I'm using Luna in particular. However, if you don't feel like spending $95, I know, on a bottle of oil for your face, there are definitely other brands out there that you can try, and including a retinol in your skincare routine probably will help improve your skin regardless of whether it is Luna oil or not. Just the addition of a retinol is definitely a good thing because it helps with so many things. It helps with acne and it helps with wrinkles, which I don't know about you, but when I'm dealing with both at the same time, that feels really unfair to me. So anything that helps with both I think is fucking fantastic and I will use until the day I die. If I'm having a breakout, however, usually I'll put my Luna oil down. Not that Luna oil is bad for breakouts, it actually can help them a little bit, but what I find is a little bit more impactful if I'm having a breakout. This is also from Sunday Riley. This is their UFO oil. This is an ultra clarifying facial oil with salicylic acid. Salicylic acid is basically an acne treatment. It's also the main ingredient in aspirin, fun fact. It definitely is the more soothing thing that you can use to clear up a breakout, probably of anything I've ever found. Sometimes I'll even use it as a spot treatment, but generally speaking, if I'm having a bit of a breakout, if I'm about to get my period and I feel like a breakout's coming on, I will use the UFO oil instead of the Luna Sleeping Night oil, and my skin, if it has already broken out, clears up like that, or it doesn't break out at all, even if I feel like, you know, like when you feel one sneaking under the surface and it's like, I'm gonna be a pimple, and it's like waiting in the darkness for you. A lot of times I'll just put this on the area and it just goes away. It never sneaks out on me. And the third oil, this one is so simple. It is so cheap, which makes me want to tell the whole world about it. On the days that I'm feeling really dry, which happens sometimes in the winter, especially because I'm old and crusty, on those days I reach for simple jojoba oil. The bottle that I have looks like this. You can find similar jojoba oil pretty much in any grocery store, any CVS. Trader Joe's has one in a little squeezy bottle that I buy all the time too. Usually this will run you between $10 and $12 depending on the size of the bottle and whether or not it's organic. And I have never had anything be a better soothing, moisturizing, simple oil for my skin in my entire life. I forget who it was that recommended this, and then I was like, oh, I gotta try that because I am dying of dryness. And I just tried it for like 3 days and I was like, oh, you know who it was? It was Simply Nailogical, believe it or not. She was using it on her cuticles and she mentioned that the reason it's good for your cuticles is because it's very close to the type of oil that you naturally have in your skin. And I started looking into it and went down a bit of a rabbit hole after that, and I was like, holy shit, that actually sounds like it might be a great thing for your face. And then I started using it on my face after seeing a million other people already use it on their face. Wow, this is getting complicated for no reason. But yeah, so I wound up trying it on my face and I love the results. So on days where I feel like I'm really dry, rather than one of my other fancy oils, I will just reach for this, blop, 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 all over the face, and it is fantastic. And finally, this is the last product. Once or twice a week, when I feel like I need an extra boost to whatever products I chose to use that day, I will reach for this. This is the Dr. JART Hydro Sleep Mask. They sent me a bottle of this over the summer. I used the whole thing and immediately bought a new one. Basically, this is like a thick gel kind of a moisturizer that stays on your skin overnight in a way that is like a mask. So like you put it on and when you wake up in the morning, you can kind of still feel it on your skin, you know, because it's like that viscous, like thick type of shit, you know what I'm saying? So about once or twice a week, whenever I feel like my skin needs that little extra, I'll put this over top of everything else that I just mentioned. So I'll do my cleanser, I'll do my toner, I do my eye cream, moisturizer, oil, and then over the top of that, I put this. Basically, what this does is it winds up sealing in whatever you put underneath it so that it's like more effective for longer as you sleep at night. And then you wake up looking like a fucking radiant baby. It's fantastic. I especially like this on days that I use my Luna oil. I find that if I put this over the Luna oil and the GLAMGLOW moisturizer, I wake up looking like I was born in 1999, which I was not. And it's just one of those things that's like a little extra boost that I like to do a couple times a week that really like makes me feel like my skincare is being extra effective. And that is my whole skincare routine from start to finish, with the exception of like masks and stuff. If you want to see me talk about masks and other treatments that I do from time to time, please leave me a comment down below and I'll do a whole video dedicated to different things that I like to use like when I'm pampering my skin. Just let me know and I'll make that happen. Please, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up because that is tremendously helpful to me and I would appreciate you until the end of time. If you have not subscribed to this channel, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and do so. I'm here all the time and I would love to have you hang around and spend some time with me and be my friend and all those really fun things. The button's right down there. If you are not following me on social media, please go check me out over there. I do fun things on Instagram all the time. If you want to chat, a great way to get in touch with me is Twitter. I am all over my Instagram stories these days. I'm on there all the time. I'm running polls, I'm asking questions. So yeah, definitely Instagram and Twitter. I'll list that here on the screen. I'll also list it in the description below. Go follow me because it would make me a happy camper. Again, I know that this is like super expensive, so I don't expect you guys to go out and buy all of these products and try to replicate my skincare routine. I know that that's like a little bit too much of an investment for some people. Personally, for me, I find that investing in skincare is super important. Like, I'd rather spend more money on skincare and less money on makeup. I know that sounds crazy because I love makeup so much, but honestly, like, I think that starting with good skin makes your makeup that much better. So it's really, really important to me. Please let me know if you love any of these products, if you have alternatives to these products that you swear by, maybe something a little cheaper, that'd be nice. I think I covered everything, so I'm gonna get out of here and go film a bunch of other stuff, and I will see you in the next one.